because they separate women with young girls. And the thing was from the African custom. During the slave trade, they reserved specifically standing busties for virgin girls. But also virgin girls were more privileged than those slaves, because they were very expensive. For example, they don't have to go outside for themselves. That's why, for example, today one can see this big stone downstairs which shows the former place reserved for the toilet. And for that time it was a kind of privilege. Also the bargaining was a kind of barter. But in terms of barter, the price of a child was something like a little mirror. And the price of a man was of 60 kg. 60 kilograms corresponds to the minimum weight required for a man. So the price of a man was of 60 kg was exactly the same with the price of a virgin girl. It corresponds to a barrel of rum or wine. But the price of a woman was 4 times cheaper than the price of a man was of 60 kg or a virgin girl. So the next corresponds to the famous cell reserved for temporary unfit, just for men under 60 kg. Because the 60 kg was the minimum weight required for a man. That is why for most of them who don't reach 60 kg, usually they put them inside the cell in order to feed them like geese. But they feed them with a kind of beans, so-called, particularly in Senegal, niébé. And after 3 months corresponds to the duration of the stay for slaves, because usually it corresponds to the time taken by boats to come from Europe to Senegal. If they don't reach 60 kg, they didn't go to America. But they sold them locally in auction. And they stay as domestic, particularly on this island or in Southwest. And under the stairs in your back corresponds to the former cell reserved for the rebellious slaves. So they use it as a punishment for slaves. No window, just an iron doors with bars. But also the problem for the guards was not to know exactly how many captives it was possible to put inside at the same time. It was just how to shut the door after the captives, because they considered captives not as human beings, but as a simple merchandise. And also by this side corresponds to the same, because also reserved for the rebellious slaves. The big difference today is that we have 2 windows located on right and left. Finally, something very new. Just because the 2 windows we have today was from the abolition of the slave trade by France in 1848. 1848 was a date when the French abolished definitely the slave trade in France and in the French colonized. As a reminder for England, it was in 1807. Now the last but not least is the corridor with a door leading to the bottom. It is a door of the voyage without return, just because when a slave step out from the door, for the slaves it seems bye-bye Africa. And after the door was a kind of wooden bridge, but usually captives use a wooden bridge, just in order to catch small canoes from the bridge because of rocks, to go to the big ships was far away. And also that is why one can say 2 first corridors located on right and left, and it is where they kept the slaves before the departure. But in the last 2 corridors also usually were standing the guards. And they chose guards among slaves. Once they go, they change them from their uncles 2 by 2. And in the middle of the chain was attached a very big iron bone, about 10 kilograms, 300 grams. And that is why when a slave attempts to escape by jumping, for example, he can go far away, because he died by diving, or beaten by the guards, or eaten by the sharks. Due to the people who were sick or agonizing, were thrown into the sea. So, will you come closer? Maybe have your picture for the door of no return?